Hi, I am ThatPaulGuy, and it's Thursday. Thursday, March 12th, 2020. We're going to start you off. Well, I'm going to start things off, first of all, by saying that I appreciate all of the well wishes, support, and all that stuff. I did a video kind of explaining what had happened with the spider bite. Not going to go back into that again, but I just want to say that I appreciate all the good intentions, all the well wishes, and all that stuff that everybody has given. It's a little overwhelming, but I genuinely do appreciate it, and thank you. But we are going to go ahead and start you off with space news, and actually a little bit of housekeeping, because last week I did mention that the rover that China has sent up there, the Yutu-2 rover, had been up there exploring the dark side of the moon for 15 days, but it had been up there for a little over a year. Now, what you have to remember is this is 15 lunar days. A lunar day is 28 Earth days. So the reason why they have to power this down is not because it's an overnight thing, it's because it's almost a month that it's powered down. So it's been up there for 15 cycles, and that's why it's such a big deal. Yes, it has been up there over a year, but if you think about that, 28 times 15, we're talking about maybe almost a year and a half. So it is quite an accomplishment, and that's the reason why I brought it up. It wasn't because it had only spent 2 weeks, but it communicates via the lander, which then communicates with us, and so that's how we get the pictures and stuff like that. Anyway, just kind of wanted to clear that up because I think there was some confusion there. It's like 15 days, it's been up there for 15 months. What are you talking about? That's why. So anyway, we got that out of the way. Again, congratulations to China's rover, the Yutu-2. It's been up there and doing its job and doing phenomenal at that. Along with congratulations, some congratulations have to go out to SpaceX. SpaceX last week, after I'd already done its Thursday, has completed its 20th supply mission with the current Dragon 1 capsule. Its 20th mission to the ISS to be able to resupply and stuff like that, since supplies up there. This will be its last mission for that Dragon 1 capsule. That was the original contract. The Dragon 1 was just cargo only, made 20 trips up there. It's gone, the Falcon 9 rocket booster that it's gone up on has had 54 successful launches, which is phenomenal in itself. And they have now landed 50 times. They have landed a rocket booster now 50 times, SpaceX has. So it's pretty remarkable accomplishment, and it's hard to tell which one is the better accomplishment. They are now going to do the next set of launches and stuff like that. Will have the Dragon 2 capsule, which will be able to be configured for either cargo or for people. And it just so happens that soon they will be sending astronauts up there in the Demo 2 spacecraft, or the Demo 2 mission, which will be on that Dragon spacecraft or the Dragon 2 spacecraft. Again, that's going to be configurable for either people or for cargo. They'll be able to do either one. I don't know how much planning goes into that, but I do know they have to reconfigure a few things, but it's made to be able to do that. So that will be the next step for SpaceX. Congrats again to them. I'll leave a link to the story itself below, but 20 missions to the ISS, which is great for an independent contractor or a private contractor. 54 launches in a row for the Falcon 9 rocket, and 50 landings. So that's pretty remarkable. You would think that there's going to be a lot more to come, so we'll just have to see what happens. Meanwhile, NASA has completed their, I guess you could say, their investigation into the Boeing's launch, or Boeing's attempt to be able to do their unmanned mission to the ISS, their unmanned crew capsule to the ISS, and they found a couple of different things. Actually, they found 3 different problems. One of them was the mission elapsed timer. Evidently, there were some issues with that. There was issues with the service module disposal burn, so it did not actually turn on, or it did not have the burn that it was supposed to for the length of time it was supposed to, and the ground, or the space to ground communications, so they were not able to correct the error because they did not know the error had happened. And again, that probably falls a little bit back to the timing. So you had timing issues, you had the burn issue, and you had a communication issue, all of which NASA said were things that cannot necessarily be overlooked. And so they've pushed it up to the executives in NASA to be able to make a determination whether Boeing will have to do this again, or if they can show just cause why, hey, look, this is what we would have done to correct it. And I don't know if that's good enough for them or not. So we'll have to see. But yeah, it does probably mean that NASA is going to limit or delay Boeing's first manned mission to the ISS, but we'll just have to see what happens and if this goes a little bit higher in the chain and what they say when it gets there. Moving on to tech news, we spoke a little bit last week about some of the conferences and things like that that have been moved around, canceled, delayed, or whatever due to our conundrum. We can't call the conundrum by name because I don't feel it's right for me to be able to do that, even though I'm not monetized, when other people that are monetized are getting docked for that. Google is not a big fan of us. But they don't want to incite a panic, and I understand that. And so I'm going to be respectful of that too. But what we did talk about is Tom's Hardware has a list of all the conferences and things like that that have been either transformed, delayed, or anything having to do with tech. And again, one of those now, NVIDIA's GTC conference, which was going to be a digital-only conference, has now been completely canceled. They are going to go ahead, NVIDIA, the video game card manufacturer, they are going to go ahead and do an investor call, which will, I guess, have some things to do with what may be new releases or new news for them or something. I don't know quite the extent of what that call it will be or will be covered. But it will not be a digital conference anymore like they were trying to plan, even though NVIDIA's website still has the conference registration information up. So I don't know I don't know if they still want to try to do this, but I believe it was scheduled for March 25th, and I don't think that's going to pull off, especially not when it seems now they have confirmed that they've canceled it. Moving on to gaming news, speaking of cancellations due to our conundrum, the entertainment expo known as E3 is being canceled. This is an event in California that every year, the entertainment expo, the E3 expo, takes, it's a weekend in June, and you have literally anything having to do with entertainment, games and stuff like that, all kinds of stuff in the convention center. I think it was in LA last time, or Las Vegas. I'm sorry, it was in Vegas. And it would have been in Vegas again this year. It has been canceled due to concerns. And you think, well, June, that should be enough time to be able to do this. But what you have to remember is the planning and the preparation for that event is happening now. That because of all the restrictions and flight restrictions and travel restrictions and people's work restrictions. In some cases, people that can work from home are being asked to. So the preparation and stuff like that for something of this magnitude is being put off or delayed, or people can't do that like they normally would. You won't be able to get supplies, you won't be able to get vendors, you won't be able to get those types of things, consultants or whatever. And so they've elected to go ahead and cancel. There's a lot that goes into a convention like this, like I said. So canceling it now, even though it's 2 or 3 months from now, just does make sense. And I think it's probably a good move, even though they may be able to put some new releases or make some of it digital. That hasn't been determined yet, but the convention itself has been canceled. So E3 2020 will not be happening, even though it is supposed to be a couple months away. And finally, you're kidding, right? My news story this week has a little bit of an interesting turn. There's a Michigan woman that spent a couple bucks on lottery tickets. It was the Lucky for Life lottery, or Lucky for Life jackpot, that she was buying tickets for. And she realized that after she had got done buying the tickets she was buying, she had about $6 left over in change. So she bought another ticket. Well, guess what? After taxes, she pulls in a cool $390,000 because that seventh ticket, or that last ticket that she bought with that extra $6, was the winning ticket. So she had the option of getting $25,000 a month for life, or she could pull in the grand total, the lump sum, which she did take, and it ends up being $390,000. So the moral of this story is, save your change, folks. You never know when you can turn it into something. I'm going to turn my change into a new video card or something like that. How's that? It's not $500,000, but nothing ever is, right? Anyway, in Michigan, yeah, $6 worth of change buys her $390,000. Pretty cool. Anyway, that's all I got for this week, folks. I appreciate you hanging with me and sticking with me. I'll try to make it a little bit longer next week, okay? So we're going to also work on some other stuff. I'm getting back into the swing, and things are working pretty well, and I'm pretty happy about it. So anyway, you're welcome to subscribe, share, thumbs up, thumbs down, leave me any kind of comments. But until maybe this weekend, I might do a vlog, I might not, I might do something else. Who knows? So until this weekend, folks, I'll see you later.